Welcome to Forensic Friday,
where we examine the intersection of true crime, psychology, and the heart of being human in the middle of it all. Hi, forensic friends.
We'll see how this goes.
We're doing what's it called? Pivot. Pivot. We're doing a little last minute change because what time is it? 10 o'clock?
Yeah, and the case that I had is going to be long, so we're changing it to a different case.
It's still kind of a juicy case, though. We got to talk about it.
Well, it's all over the media right now.
Well, tell the people.
Well, I had a question for you first. So remember when I was like in this past week's episode, I was like, remember I had a question and I can't remember what it was for an opening.
Yes.
I remembered.
Oh.
It's very random.
Okay.
But is there like a fad or a thing that people do now, like newer generations do, that you just don't understand?
Not work. Not me. I don't think about it. That's so mean. I'm sorry.
Funny.
Gen Z, we love you. Some of you work. A fad that they do. I don't know. I mean, I've always just kind of done my own thing. So I don't know.
But like just something that you see or notice and you're like, I don't understand this. Not something that you've like latched onto. Something you don't get.
Don't get that they do.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the constant content creation is a little hard. I get a kick out of people who are creating things as they go about their day. I think it's hilarious. I consume it just like everybody else does. But like when we were at Disney, or even if you're just walking down the street downtown or stuff like that, and people are just streaming everything all the time, that is hard for me to understand, because I remember a world in which that just was not, you didn't send videos of anything. Like it just wasn't
ever.
That wasn't a thing. So I don't.
You had disposable cameras.
Well, totally. And you and I have laughed about this, having social media, because we have followers who engage with us who are amazing, but we're not constant content creators. So we're trying to come up with things that are in line with what we're doing on the podcast, but folks who just stream their lives, kind of. It is a fad that I both don't understand from a consumption perspective. Like it's not something I would watch all day. But I also, from a creation perspective, wonder what that would be like. And I've counseled a few people who are relatively big content creators, and I see the toll of it too. So I know like how much work goes into it on the back end. I mean, if you're a janky content creator like we are, then a lot of work. But even the ones who do this for part of their job or all of their job, it's a big job. You don't just like turn the thing on and go. I mean, there's a lot of work involved. So that's something it's hard for me to understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
The like zip patches in public.
Okay. How have we never talked about this?
I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't.
People wearing them in public, like to work.
Okay.
To work.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
And they think that it's invisible, and it's not.
So are you talking about the clear ones, or like the star, or
all of it? All of it.
You're not.
All of it.
So what's worse, a ginormous whitehead on your face or a star?
I mean, just like pick at your face like normal people.
You're not supposed to do that. This is what Gen Z knows. You know what Gen Z knows? Listen, I'm not defending it. I think it's really weird. Also, they work like a charm. I just wear them at night like a normal person, like over.
Right. And if you wear it at night, it works just as well.
It works great. I don't know why.
I wear them at night too.
I don't know.
They're great. Like I like them, but you will never catch me.
No, you're right.
Wearing one in public. You will just not.
You are correct. I do not understand this. I do not understand this. And I think it telegraphs it so much more. And there's good makeup now too. But
Yeah.
you're not supposed to like mess with your pimples because a couple of things. Number one,
Oh, I
that's how you
know.
get scars. Also, the
I have
infection,
scars. I got scars over
the
here.
infection radius, like it's like your head in particular and your mouth and stuff that
Mhm.
goes to your brain faster. So you can get bad infections and stuff.
Hmm.
The whole thing.
Well, you know
This
what?
is what do they call this? Not the triangle of death, but the triangle of something.
Oh, I
I
don't
forget
know.
what it's called, but it's like your
I
nose.
remember the T zone back in my acne
Oh
days.
no, yeah, that's this. I got that. So look how
Yeah.
shiny I am. Shiny right
No,
now.
I know. I
But
know.
I'm with you. I think wearing those out in public, I don't understand. But you know what? Good for them. Maybe that's a super confident. I don't know. Okay, I have another one. Sweatpants every day.
Nope.
Like the sweat, I love my sweats. Don't get
Right.
me wrong. I love them.
But you don't wear them every day in public.
Well, knowing if there's never a difference. It's kind of like I go to work in my sweats and then I come home and put on different sweats. Like I don't know what that looks like from day to day, but the sweats every day in every occasion is throws me a little bit.
Hmm.
They even dress them up. Like there's like dressy sweats, and yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, and then that is a little hard for my brain as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, and I would throw middle parts in there, but that's always offended me. But that's because
I have a middle part.
no, I know, but you look good in one. It stresses me out for myself.
Hmm.
Because the middle
Hmm.
part, I look like a different human being.
That's fair.
You wouldn't
I
recognize.
used to not have a middle part, but I have such long hair.
You slowly moved yours over. I feel like when I met you, you had a little more of a side part.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
I
and you've
100% had
moved
a
it
side
over,
part.
but you can pull it off in the middle. I cannot.
Hmm.
I think I look like I
Well,
just.
you do like the bang too. I don't have bangs.
Oh yeah, I
If
got a
I
little bit of a bang.
if I do bangs, I look insane because I can never wear my hair curly.
Oh, I never thought about this
Oh
for you.
yeah, no,
That would be
I did bang.
problematic.
I did bangs one time, like a couple of
Oh,
years ago.
you would go triangle real quick, probably.
Well, no, it's not that bad, but it just looks funny. It's like my hair is long and curly, and then I got like these
Oh,
random short bangs that
and I
are
love when you leave
curly.
it curly too, but I
I know,
understand
yeah,
how that would be a problem because they would get
yes.
shorter on you, and
Mhm.
I that makes sense to me.
And then when I leave it curly, when I had the side part, the side that, had the less hair
It's like flat.
looked way flatter than the other side.
Okay, I hear you. That
So
makes
I
sense to me.
had to start doing the middle part
That's
because it
well, and
just
it looks
needed.
good on you, and it looks good on most people. On me, I look like a different human being. I just can't do it, and my hair fights it too.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Mine did too.
my hairstylist is way cooler than me, and so she will like automatically try to part it in the middle, and I'm like, "Rat girl, you know I'm a millennial. Like, fix it. I cannot deal." And she'll laugh. She'll be like, "Right here." I'm like, "Yes."
I know.
Not here. I can't do it.
No, I know. I used to do the side part.
I know.
I've slowly moved it. And I did, it was a slow transition. But I'm really glad I did because also I parted it in the same spot for so long
Yeah.
that I like kind of started to go like not bald,
Oh,
but because I would mess with it, right? Like those hairs would get really short and it just
yeah.
looked a little less full. So I had to switch it up,
Girl, I feel you.
you know?
I felt well, it looks great. Your hair always looks great.
Thanks.
And aren't we liking the one row of extensions? I'm liking it. I think it's the better.
Yeah.
Just less hair. And I can get ready
I
much
mean, I'm
faster.
always about more hair, but if it feels better for you, then that's the
So much
important
better.
part.
It was, I mean, I loved it, but it was
Hmm.
so much hair just getting ready. So I'm
Hmm.
much
Oh,
happier
yeah.
where we are now.
Long hair is a
It's
commitment.
also more affordable because this is wild. Expensive. Extensions are expensive.
Yeah, that
Well, now that we've downloaded our hair journeys and pet peeves about things we don't understand, what's our case today, Natters?
Okay. I love that you call me Natters. I like low key hate it actually, but it's
I
fine.
know you do, but
I
it's
hate it so much.
fine. Oh,
I
Natters.
hate it. It's like if I called you Jeaner. Oh, I'm gonna do that.
That doesn't bother me.
Jeaners.
I don't love it, but I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. You call me
I'm
Jean.
gonna make it a thing with our
You
followers.
Natters, you call me Jeaners. That's fine.
Jeaners.
I don't care. People call me everything. Jeannie, Janinis. whatever.
Jeannie is weird because that's like a real name,
I know I get called
and
every.
that's not your name, you know? Like
Mm-hmm.
Jeannie is a real name.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would make no sense. But
There's not really
Jeaners,
good nicknames
dude,
for
Jeaners is
names.
gonna stick.
Jeaners doesn't bug me.
That's great. I love that
I get called
because
all kinds of things.
it's
I
gonna
get
stick.
called, my family calls me Bean. Like Eric calls me
Mhm.
Bean.
Wasn't that
Or
because
Neen.
he couldn't say your name when he was little?
No, I think he just called me that. I call him Spud.
Oh, that's
No, my
cute.
friend Elizabeth, her sister called her Buzz, and that stuck, which is hilarious because she's like
That's cute.
Mediterranean beauty. We all call
Hmm.
her Buzz. I think it
Hmm.
killed her mom a little bit. Her mom's like, "Why are you calling my child Buzz?" And I'm like, "But she's Buzz. That's who she is to me. She'll be
But
Buzz
that's like a
forever."
cute nickname.
Oh yeah, Buzz. She couldn't say
You
Elizabeth, so she
know,
called her Buzz.
I call Grace Pippi.
Yeah, and peanut butter.
I call her Peanut Butter, but I
Mm-hmm.
call her Pippi for Pipsqueak.
Oh, Pippi. She's so cute.
So I say Pippi.
Yeah, oh, I love her.
You know,
And
she's a little.
Mac. Mac
Hmm.
doesn't, Mac's an ultimate nickname.
Hmm.
But he tells
Trying to
people,
think.
McAllen. My name's McAllen Lee.
Oh,
McAllen Lee.
McAllen.
My little baby.
Trying to think if there's other nicknames.
Mm.
My nephew calls me Nani because he couldn't say Natalie.
Oh, that's
So
cute.
then my whole family actually calls me Nani.
Oh,
My dad calls me Peanut, which is why Grace is peanut butter.
oh. I was
Mhm.
peepers when I was a baby because I was like wide-eyed, kind of like Gray, but I was a, like a preemie, but
Mm-hmm.
always like eyes open looking at everything. So they called me peepers, which was
Mm-hmm.
hilarious.
That's funny.
Beanbag. I've been called beanbag before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just kind of funny. But Neen is what Eric calls me Bean or Neen, which is cute. And
Mm-hmm.
then Garrett calls me all kinds of things. I don't even know what he normally calls me. Jay is the one I get the most, and you get Nat the most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I get the most.
Yeah, I get not the most for sure. Cool. Okay, our case today.
Yeah, it's awful.
It
Terrifying.
is awful.
Did you see it? Here's my question before you even say what it is. Did you see it before
Yes.
you knew it was a case? Or
Yes.
did you see it framed as a case?
No, I saw it before it was a
Same.
case.
I saw it
And
before
I
the
was
case, and I
like,
was like,
I thought it was fake.
oh, yeah, I did not because I'm gullible. I think everything's real until I'm like,
No,
But
I thought it
then
was
Garrett
fake.
was like, that can't be real. And it was.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I saw it and I was like, oh my God.
Well,
Okay,
the
tell
video I saw, this is the problem with media.
me. Hmm.
We all have secondary trauma based on things that people record.
Yeah, we're unwell. The things that we see on a daily basis,
It's
it's like
Like
a little
I
murder
saw the
and then a
video
cute dance.
of
And
her
then,
actually falling.
oh yeah. I saw a video the other day of these men. Maybe you saw this one too. These men had hung this neighbor
Mm-hmm.
in his neighborhood. Like they got in a fight. It was these neighbors got in a fight with the son of another neighbor, and they literally hung him. Like, yeah. And I fortunately didn't see the video that actually showed the person.
Did they kill him?
Yeah, they killed him. It was a
And there's a
homophobic
video
thing.
floating around of this?
Yes, yes, I got charged. I mean, there's a whole thing.
Oh my
But I
gosh.
was like, oh my God, like what is happening in the world? And then it's like some TikToker doing some kind of dance. And I'm like, what wild roller coaster, insane world are we in? But you know what I found out?
Mm-hmm.
We should do this. This is what I was gonna tell you that I forgot. If you take your phone out, you
Mm-hmm.
can see on Instagram what your algorithm is.
How? I want to change
Okay.
mine to literally kittens.
Oh, so here's how I know this. Somebody that I saw, a client that I saw, told me, and I thought this was precious, that their kid had shared this with them very openly. And I thought that was cool because it was a teenage kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you look at, like your furry line thing, we can see what our Forensic Friday one is. It would be a combo of us. Our algorithm, because we're both plugged into it. Okay. if you go to,
The 3 lines.
okay, 3 lines. I'm looking to find the right thing. Hang on. Do, do, do. And you can get rid of things. So, like, if you're on a doom scrolling thing, you can actually get rid of it.
I need to get rid of like sad kid cases because it keeps me up at night.
Yes. Instagram has a Your Algorithm tool that lets you see exactly what topics the AI thinks you're interested in. You can review and edit these. So you go to the Reels tab. So the Reels icon at the bottom of your screen, or via settings, go to your profile in the bottom corner, 3 horizontal lines, content preferences. Oh, there we go. Content preferences.
Your
Your
algorithm.
algorithm. Okay. Okay, this is outstanding and scary accurate. Okay, what are yours?
We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Southeast Counseling Center. Southeast Counseling Center is a 501c3 nonprofit mental health provider right here in Parker, Colorado, conveniently located just off major highways. We serve the whole family, from play therapy for kids to couples and family therapy, trauma treatment, psychological testing, and specialized groups. Access matters. That's why Southeast Counseling Center accepts Medicaid, TriWest, and victim compensation, and also offers a community subsidy program to help people who fall in the gap between Medicaid and traditional insurance coverage. And because we're a nonprofit, every dollar donated by the community goes directly towards providing treatment services for people who need help. Prefer to meet at home? Telehealth is available statewide so anyone in Colorado can access our services. To get started, call 720-842-5553 or fill out our secure web inquiry form at secounseling.org. Southeast Counseling Center, care that is accessible, compassionate, and rooted in the community. Motherhood, Colorado, millennial humor, mindfulness, strength training, parenting humor, family moments, running, young blood, which is so random because I saw him in concert one time. Gentle parenting, child development, mental well-being, budgeting. That's it.
What
But
is
I
it?
get weird stuff sometimes still.
What's your paragraph at the top?
Lately, you've enjoyed parenting adventures, mountain getaways, and witty takes on life.
Okay, mine says lately you've enjoyed laughing out loud, discussing novels with fellow book lovers, and exploring true crime stories. Accurate. Okay, so then my little words are comedy, bookish community, forensic science, entrepreneurship, 90s movies, AI ethics, psychology, motivation, fashion, and family.
Hmm.
What do you want to see less of? I'm going to say frightening images.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Frightening images. Okay. Shit, I don't need to buy. I'm literally putting this in there. Shit, I don't need to buy. We're gonna fix it, guys. I hope you do this with us, forensic friends. This topic is not supported. Okay. What do I want to see less of? I don't want to see politics. Okay. Perfect. Those are my 2 for now, but I'm going to train this sucker.
Okay, I did mine.
Perfect.
What?
What?
So these cannot be supported.
What? Was it something you want to see more of?
I said less of.
Yeah, mine didn't. Shit, I don't need to buy. They didn't like.
Frightening images.
That they supported for me.
Violence against kids.
You made it worse.
That shouldn't be that hard. This topic cannot be supported. Instagram, you're corrupt.
Corrupt.
You're corrupt.
Too much of it.
They're like, sorry,
We're
going to keep showing you that stuff.
I mean, it's pretty accurate, though, I gotta say, for the most part. Pretty accurate. Okay, my friends. let's get into the case. Nat, tell them what it is.
The case today is of a disturbing video
Yes.
that I saw on the internet
Same.
of a woman
Mm-hmm.
getting thrown off a bridge.
What did the kid say? Yeeted? She got yeeted.
No,
That's one of the things I don't like.
that is not what we're going to use in this context. Nope. That's like
This is what
Grace yeets her food. So she like yeet, she throws it. We're not going to yeet a human.
that is what they did. That's what they did. Is that not what they did?
Yeet, yeet isn't like a negative thing.
Is this not negative? I'm telling you, fundamentally.
It's like yeet and send it are like similar.
I have failed to see the disconnect. They airplaned her up in the air and they chucked her off of a bridge with no rope.
Okay,
That's
you guys, we are laughing because it's so sick. And
I'm not laughing at what happened to this woman.
So
what
twisty.
I'm saying is,
this is how we cope.
This is how we cope with the insanity that we saw. But what I'm saying is what happened to her is the textbook definition of this. Should they pay a price? Yes. Was it terrible? Yes. Was it on purpose?
Okay,
I don't know.
I am not associating my favorite words of yeet and phrase send it to a chick getting thrown off of a bridge.
I'm not, you don't have to say send it because she didn't have a choice in that.
No.
Did they yeet her? Yes.
Yeet is like, I don't know. Anyway.
Well, you know what? We'll discuss whether or not it was intentional.
They threw her off.
The thing that's terrible about it is I also thought it was fake.
Yeah, I thought it was fake.
And you have to understand something about Tina. Okay? Tina raised me to not trust anything in this domain. We do not do things. Well, my mom won't do anything man-made. So when I was a child and we were new to Colorado, we took a chairlift up in the spring, summer to the top of a mountain, Copper, like almost the top. And my mom was done. We got off. She goes, Brian, I'm just going to hike down. Okay. My Midwest mom with her permed hair and her whole thing. She's like, I'm going to just hike down this mountain. I can't abide by this chairlift. Well, my father, also from Chicago, is not going to leave her on a mountain to hike down by herself. Okay. That means that my brother and I, who are 8 and 5, had to walk down the mountain with them.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I hate hiking. This is my origin story. I feel like my mom taught me not to trust these kinds of things. And I'll tell you where it comes from, mostly heights. When my mom was little, they did this really sketchy thing to go across. I mean, again, Mississippi, like all the things. My grandfather used to dive off of bridges into whatever, like not even like deep things. He would just dive off bridges and stuff. He was a really good diver. So he was in this thing, and I don't even know what to call it, but he had the kids with him in this thing that was really high up, and they were moving over something, and he was holding them. And he said out loud, I don't think I could save all of them if we fell, like something to that effect.
Oh
and
my gosh.
It scarred my mom. Obviously.
Yeah.
Right. So I have been trained, like, you'll never catch me bungee jumping. That's not a thing I will ever do.
No, I'm good.
You truly won't even find me on a low budget carnival ride. You know what I mean? Like, it's
well, yeah. I mean, God, the amount of times those things go false.
Okay, but Garrett's never met one he didn't like. So Garrett will look at it and be like, yeah. And I'm like, buddy. It's like we went up to Frontier Days and they had this one.
I love Frontier Days.
Oh, me too. I love it so much. But there was this ride, and I mean, it's lifting up and down off the ground. And I'm like, I didn't stand next to it. I'm like, this thing's going to come unglued. Or like, you know, the big carnival rides where you're like in a boat and it's like going up like this and like this, and then it goes around. I can't. I'm just waiting for it to just come off. You know what I mean? This woman thought she was in good hands, like we would, and like you're doing this with an expert.
Okay, well, here's what I have.
Break it down.
So imagine paying
No. Already.
someone to keep you alive for 30 seconds while you do something kind of crazy.
Mm.
I mean, she paid for this.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
I mean, and her life, but money.
Oh my God. Okay, so like a rope feels important.
So that's what a rope jump is at its core, right?
Yeah, because it wasn't bungee jumping, right? It was a rope jump, which I didn't know these were. I've never
I
thought
didn't,
about the difference until I
same,
saw this video.
same. Yes, because I was like, that's not a bungee. The thing that's laying at their feet
Mm-hmm. One
was
guy's
not a,
foot's like practically on it.
I cannot with this.
No,
So
I
yeah, so that's what a rope jump is, right?
Mhm.
Is you stay alive because you are attached to a rope, which is just nuts to me, and I feel like it like could very easily break bones, but but you trust a team of strangers to clip you into a harness, check the line, double check the line, and then let you fall, knowing the rope will catch you before the ground does, right?
Yeah, in theory.
In theory.
Uh-huh.
So on June 13th, 2026,
Oh God.
I mean, shoot, just a few days ago, a 21-year-old woman named Maria Eduarda Rodrigues de Freitas, sorry for the last name,
Mm-hmm.
but did exactly that. She paid for a guided excursion, essentially, that included a jump off an abandoned railway bridge near Sao,
Oh, Sao Paulo.
thank you, in Brazil.
Do you want me to say that part?
You did. We're fine. This
Okay.
is, I'm not worried about it.
Oh, good.
She asked to be launched airplane style. So that's why she's like over their head. And she's like,
So she
yeah,
asked for that.
yes.
Because one thing I was thinking is I was watching a few other rope jumps, not by choice, but because they showed up in my feed.
Because you
And
watch this.
it looks gnarly because the way they jump, and I don't know if it has to be that way because it's a rope jump, but most of them do a little bit of a dive kind of a thing. And I didn't know if it's because to your point, to me, that feels like a broken back almost immediately. Like just that snap on your back when you hit the end of the line just feels really like I don't know how you do that without getting really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So all the ones that I saw, they pretty intentionally dive. So I didn't know if that's one of the ways that they do it to get the right angle to not get hurt. I don't know. But I didn't see anyone else get thrown that way. So I can't say that. I
Mm-mm.
don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe one of our listeners knows more about rope jumping versus bungee jumping.
My God. So
So she
apparently
asked.
apparently, right? She asked to be launched airplane style, arms stretched wide,
Mm,
lifted overhead by two instructors before they let her go.
mm,
Well, they let her go, and there was no rope attached to
rough.
her. And it's very evident.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm like, how did there's two dudes holding her up, and there's a third in
Yeah,
the back
standing right there.
who should clearly see that there's no rope attached.
Yes, it is very obvious.
I mean, when I watched the video before they launched her, I was like, surely someone was like, oh shit, attach the rope. Sorry, Tina.
No, no, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's not like okay, so I get real stressed when I think about like rock climbing because there's like harnesses and safety lines and all this stuff and you got to keep it kind of straight and but you learn you learn you get trained you whatever
Mm-hmm.
but to me that feels way more understandable than this is
Yeah.
like not the backup parachute didn't open or like the you know what I mean
Right.
this is like there's nothing on her body
Right.
to catch her nothing
Right.
you know what I mean it's not like she even had a harness on and this was a secondary rope or something. It's there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing on her. She's just in the air held
Mm-hmm.
up by these dudes. It's
Mm-hmm.
awful.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
it's awful.
That's gross. Ugh. Um,
But you said you're not sure this is just straight negligence.
well, I'll get there.
Okay.
So, for our listeners, if you haven't seen this, she fell roughly 130 feet. into a ravine.
Mm.
She was alive for a little bit.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. A nurse went down to try to help.
That was like the one mercy I thought when I saw it was
She
she
died right away.
probably
No, she
wouldn't
didn't.
realize until right before. That's what I was thinking is like she just had this jump, had the exhilaration, and then, but I didn't know she was alive.
Mm-hmm.
So did the nurse like hike down to try to help her?
We'll be right back.
If you work with court-ordered clients, you already know the system can be overwhelming. Documentation, coordination, compliance tracking, billing, on top of actually doing the therapy. That's why we want to tell you about Reliatrax, a one-stop platform built specifically for therapists working in the court-ordered space and voluntary treatment. Reliatrax helps you stay connected with probation and referral sources so everyone's on the same page and your clients get the best care possible without the endless emails, calls, and paperwork. And here's the exciting part. Reliatrax now offers Aura, their new AI assistant. Aura helps streamline documentation, keeps you organized, and supports your workflow so you can spend less time clicking boxes and more time doing clinical work. Reliatrax also supports insurance billing, including Medicaid, making it easier to serve both court-ordered and voluntary clients all in one system. No juggling platforms and no workarounds. And the other amazing thing is you have an actual team of people who can support you, not some automated system. If you're looking for a smarter, more efficient way to manage compliance, communication, and care, Reliatrax was built for this. Check out Reliatrax and see how it can support you, your clients, and the systems you work in without burning you out. You can go to www.reliatrax.com to get started.
Yeah, I don't know all the details of that, but I did hear and read that someone went down to try to help her.
Because that's 10 stories.
And I mean, here's what I'm going to say. I
Mhm.
did read that. This story is still so new, and
Yeah,
it's like traveling social media so fast that some of this might not be fully true,
that's
you know? So
yeah.
like I'd encourage our listeners to not hold us super accountable to every little detail, but that's one of the things I read.
Mm. Well, it makes me wonder also because it's another country, like the investigation looks sometimes a little bit different and all of that. But it sounds like, I mean, they're taking it seriously from what I can tell.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes. So this is her story, and the story of three men not now facing homicide charges.
Hmm.
So, who was she? So, Miss Maria, she was friends called her Duda, you
Judah.
know, a common nickname with her friend group, and she was 21 years old and was just on a trip, I believe, with her fiance.
So now, where was she from? Was she visiting or was she from Brazil?
I believe she was from Brazil.
Okay, so I don't know if she's a local to that part of Brazil, but it's not like she's visiting from another country.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
She recently had finished her degree in physical education and sports management.
Oh.
She worked at a local gym, and yeah, everyone just really loved her.
So she was there with friends.
I don't know friends. I do believe her fiance was there.
Oh, that's horrible to think about.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yes. So, but not interesting, but I mean, kind of interesting. So she was a really outdoorsy, very active, fit, into fitness type of person. So this type of like stuff, this type of adventure was like right up her alley.
Hmm.
Right. So on the morning of June 13th, she shared a photo from the bridge. Okay. I'm not even going to try to say it. I'm going to just say it in English. It's called the Skeleton Bridge.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Clearly excited about what she was about to do.
Hmm.
Right. Her mom later wrote a tribute on Instagram calling her daughter her princess and just talked about how much she was loved.
Hmm.
So here's the thing with the bridge. Okay. So it had been abandoned for years. So this wasn't like an active bridge.
No,
Okay.
it's a gnarly looking bridge. I
No,
mean, it
it's
looks its age. I don't know how old it is, but it looks old.
it quickly became a destination for tourists to look at it as like a place for extreme sports. So like jumps like this,
Okay.
rope jumping, all that kind of stuff. Bungee jumping, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some important stuff about it. The bridge had already had some history. Local police later confirmed it had been the site of multiple previous tragedies, including the death of a cyclist who fell while taking a selfie there, along with prior suicides and at least one failed jump before Maria,
Mm. Which
right?
is not
Authorities,
uncommon in places like this, but still.
but it has some history
Yeah.
of this, right? There are other bridges,
Mm.
right, that are pretty well known that have some of that same stuff, right? But it's this one's abandoned, and I think for it to be already kind of known for that, it's not necessarily known for like really great things,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Here's the other thing, dude. The operation running these jumps was not a licensed, regulated company.
Oh no.
So,
Ugh.
according to investigators, it was effectively an informal group operating under names. I don't even know what these names are, but interesting names that had been running jumps off of this bridge for roughly a year. But like they're not licensed. They're not an actual company.
So like alias names for themselves or like business names?
Like this one, I'm gonna try to say it. And Entre Cordas,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't even begin to try to say this other one, but yeah, just interesting names, but different names. So it's like the same guys, but they're running it under different names.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of tourists who are using this. It said it's pretty popular with tourists
Uh-huh.
for these
Mm-hmm.
kind of adventures. So they probably figured that out and then
Yeah, but it's unregulated, right? So like
right.
that's part of the problem. And here's the thing, some of these more unregulated ones maybe don't cost as much as regulated. So like this
Mm-hmm.
one in US dollars was like 35 to $50 per jump,
Mm.
plus an extra fee if you wanted GoPro footage. Can you imagine? Jeez.
Well, I mean, I think this stuff happens in the sense that like when you're going on excursions, you have to be really careful.
Hmm.
And this happens sometimes, like if you're going on a cruise, they have like the cruise company recommends companies that they work with and know about,
Hmm.
but people
Hmm.
still sign up for all kinds of
Oh, for
stuff,
sure. Yeah. I
trying to
mean,
save dollars. So I could
yeah.
see younger, especially younger people, but people who are traveling are like, 35 bucks, and these guys seem
Yeah.
like they know what they're doing and they're
I mean, we
local.
kind of did that when Press and I went to Mexico. I can't remember if it was for our honeymoon.
Mexico's like known for this.
I know. Well, we rented a boat and there was
Hmm.
like these guys have their boats. And so they'll say like, hey, like $35 a ride, and I'll take you out
Oh,
to this rock and back. It's like a known rock, right? Like it's where everyone else is going too, but you don't have to pay for the whole excursion. You just pay the dude under the table for to use their boat. We did that.
in Anguilla, when I went there in high school, they had so many of these little things happening. They had a lot of
Hmm.
like sanctioned big resort things, but we weren't
Hmm.
staying at a resort. We were staying somewhere else. And they just had people doing stuff all over the place.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's kind
Hmm.
of their island, their deal. They would just do
Yeah.
whatever. And tourists
Yeah.
are vulnerable. That's why it's interesting to me, like, was she from this part of Brazil or not? Because you can be a tourist in your own country, especially a country of this
Yeah.
size. It's no different than us going to me going to the
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest or whatever, you know?
Right. Right.
That's
Right.
crazy though.
Yes. So authorities later confirmed the operation had no authorization to be running these jumps at all.
Oh my gosh.
Like no training, nothing.
Hmm.
On the day that she died, the group reportedly had about 100 jumps scheduled, expecting to bring in close to $3,000.
Wow. In a day.
Mm-hmm. So the jump, when she jumped, again, she had asked for the airplane style,
Mm-hmm.
in quotes, launch. And the request meant that two instructors would lift her above their shoulders with her arms spread wide like wings before releasing her into the fall.
Oh my gosh.
Video of the moment spread online almost immediately.
Yeah.
And as we've talked about, it's a hard watch.
Mm.
Two men in white helmets hoist her up. She's smiling, arms out, and they release her into the air.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing attached to her, as we talked
Nothing.
about.
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
The instructors themselves were wearing harnesses
Mm-hmm.
connected to visible safety lines.
Mm.
How do you screw this up so bad? In the video, you can hear bystanders realizing what's happening in real time, voices shouting, "The rope, the rope."
Mm. And you can see one of the operators like look over,
Yeah,
like over his shoulder.
yeah. As she's already falling. So, one report describes the actual rope that was meant to catch her lying forgotten on the bridge deck. It was never picked up.
Mm. So they didn't even like pick it up, got distracted, set it down.
Yeah, they
It
said it
just
was never
never got
picked up.
picked up.
Yep.
Mm.
Hmm. So she fell into the ravine and suffered obviously multiple fractures, and she died.
Mm.
Firefighters and paramedics responded and pronounced her dead at the scene. But like I said, there's some report out there where someone said she had died pretty quickly, but she
Mm.
wasn't, when they got to her, she hadn't passed yet,
Mm.
which is crazy. That's crazy. The aftermath and the arrests. In the chaos immediately after, some of the instructors reportedly tried to flee. They
I was
literally,
gonna say they dipped. I bet I didn't read that, but I'm like they ran.
oh no, they ran.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. So Brazilian military police said two men ran into a nearby wooded area and had to be tracked down with the help of police helicopters. In total, 6 people connected to the operation were brought in for questioning. 3 men were ultimately charged.
Mm.
Luis Felipe,
Mm.
Feliciano Agarof, and Vitor de Freitas. And I'm going to butcher these names, guys. Macion Fernandez Sintra.
Mm. So of the six that because I read that
Questioned.
6 were arrested, like brought in.
Yeah.
3 were ultimately charged.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And just because they were brought in doesn't mean they were necessarily arrested. But yes, there was more that were brought in for questioning. 3 that were charged.
Mm.
Yeah. And they were like literally caught in the act of running.
I read that the charge was homicide, and again, it's a different country,
It said homicide.
but it says homicide. I don't know if they have
Mhm.
manslaughter in Brazil. You know what I mean? But that's pretty intense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is kind of unthinkable that you would forget to attach a rope. However, when you have 100 jumps, I don't know how quick the turnaround was, but if
Mm-hmm.
they got, like when you have a surgery, there's a checklist in an
Yeah.
OR.
Yeah.
There's also a bunch of people in an OR, and there's at least 2 or 3 people who are manning that checklist, and you can hear it. You can hear them check, 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 check,
Yeah.
check, check, check,
Yeah.
check. They check your wristband 85 times. Well, that's
Yeah.
because the reason they double check your procedure and they double check which leg they're working on, and it's so they don't make a mistake.
Yeah.
That's part of being sanctioned, trained, regulated, all the things.
Yeah.
These guys were just out trying to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
I can see a world in which they just get in a hurry and they're doing these over and over again and they get out of
Mm-hmm.
their rhythm and miss a really important step.
Well, that's essentially what happened. So what
Okay.
makes this really unsettling is not just the failure, right? This whole thing. It's the explanation the instructors gave for it.
Is that what they said happened?
Yeah. Under questioning, the men told the police that they couldn't remember who had been responsible for attaching her safety rope.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally, they were like, it wasn't my job. We don't remember whose job it was.
Listen, if I'm standing there and no one could ever throw Garrett like that, period, it would take 8 people probably to lift Garrett, so, 6'4", that would be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody hurt my human like that,
Mm-hmm.
my first concern, of course, would be him, but I can't promise I wouldn't have thrown one of those son bitches right over the edge.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
anger that you would
Like an
feel and the
automatic
immediate, like,
reaction.
how did you do that? And he
Yeah.
couldn't get to her right away if he was on, I don't know where he was.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he wasn't the one recording. I don't know because
Mm-hmm.
someone was recording it standing pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear anyone before saying
Mm-hmm.
rope. It was after. So it's not, I didn't hear people like
Mm-hmm.
standing there saying the rope, the rope, the rope, and they threw her
Mm-hmm.
anyway. I didn't hear anything, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything. I'm not an investigator. I don't know what's going on. But I
Mm-hmm.
didn't hear people freak out beforehand. It feels like they were moving really fast, which is inexcusable.
100%. Well, and they literally say that. Like one guy says, I don't know if it was my job or his job. Right? Here's the thing. If it's not my job, I don't care. I'm going to check.
Do they have any remorse?
I don't know. I don't know. There's no version of any of their statements that explains how a basic safety check, the entire reason anyone pays for this experience in the first place, simply didn't happen. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And then they say, we don't remember.
Mm.
We don't remember.
What did the fiance say? Have you seen any statements?
Mm-mm.
Ugh.
No, I haven't seen any statements from him. Where does this stand now? So as of this recording, here's the state of the case. The investigation was transferred to the 2nd Police District in Limera, where authorities opened a formal criminal investigation.
Okay.
The individuals remain in preventative detention, charged with homicide.
I was going to ask if they were still, like, if they're being held
Oh, yeah.
for trial. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Hell, yeah, with homicide with eventual intent.
Hmm.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Describes a scenario where a person does not directly desire a specific outcome, but acts anyway, fully aware that their action risks causing that result and accepting that possibility.
Mm.
It's interesting.
Hmm.
Authorities have confirmed that operation had no permits or authorization to run these jumps literally at all. Meaning this wasn't a regulated business cutting corners. It was an unregulated operation with no oversight from the very beginning. It was like these 3 jackwagons running this thing. Or more, or 6 jackwagons. I don't know. At the time, some of the earliest reports came out, the group still had jump dates advertised for the future, including dates in July.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The detail that underscores just how little structure of accountability existed around this activity before Maria died.
Hmm.
So it's all still an active investigation. So
Yeah.
there's nothing I shouldn't say nothing. I mean, they're arrested and being charged, but this is still an ongoing case. Formal charges can evolve.
Hmm.
Additional people connected in the operation could still face scrutiny.
Yeah.
There's no trial date as of yet.
So they're kind of being detained
Mm-hmm.
indefinitely.
Yeah.
The ages of the people are interesting. Did you see that? 42-year-old, 32, and 27.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think this case matters?
Gosh, I mean, I think anytime we lose a life just completely unnecessarily for no reason, it matters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it matters because, and I will say this to be really frank, I think in so many arenas, there are people who try to do things right, and there's people who cut corners in any arena, in any job, in any, you know what I mean? So the my personality is offended by this anyway. Like any cutting corners, I'm a rule follower. If
Mm-hmm.
there's something that we need to do to be legit, if there's a standard that needs to be met, I'm not perfect, but the
Mm-hmm.
standard matters to me. So the idea
Mm-hmm.
that these guys just show up on a bridge and set up shop,
And like throw people off of it?
I hate that,
Yeah.
particularly if there's legit operations that charge more but are doing it the right way and keeping people safe, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there are. I didn't read the comparison on what that looks like. So that offends me. I also think consumer rights is a really interesting thing. So like for
Mm-hmm.
therapists, it is I'm gonna be really careful how I say this. It is difficult in any profession, including as a therapist,
Mm-hmm.
to deal with regulatory requirements. That's hard for everyone in every field. Like it's hard. You have to recertify, continuing ed, fill out complex paperwork. Sometimes there's new requirements that happen because legislation changes. So it's hard to do things the right way.
Mm-hmm.
But I will also say it's important to do things the right way. And while some of it may feel arbitrary, a lot of it is not,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And the unfortunate thing is part of why good workers, good business owners have to go through some of the headaches they go through is because of the people that don't. So
Yes.
that's a dynamic that exists everywhere,
Literally. Yes.
right? I
Literally.
mean,
Yes.
so that's an annoying thing, but it's an important thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think what frustrates me particularly and why I think this one's so important is it is so frequently young people
Mm-hmm.
who get into these situations because they're a little more of a daredevil.
Yeah.
You know, my
Yeah.
brother it's so funny. My brother is a world traveler and he's done some really cool things. He's been all over the world. There's a couple things he's done that he will not tell us until he comes
Mm-hmm.
home. Like when he jumped out of a plane, he didn't tell us ahead of time. When
Mm-hmm.
he went, I think he went paragliding, something like that. He didn't tell us till after. Like a couple things like that.
Right.
But my understanding of him, though, is as much as he's traveled the world, he has fairly good sense about what activities he does. Again, because we have the same mom, Tina, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he did take one trip one time. He was going to Russia. Actually, he went to Russia. And he gets on this boat and there's like gambling on the boat and it's just sketchy. And he, stood out like a sore thumb on this boat.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it was that's one of the times that he hasn't felt safe. He typically has felt pretty safe everywhere that he's traveled.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is just so sad to me.
It's so sad.
that they set this up, and
Mm-hmm.
you really want to assume that someone doing this, and she probably didn't know that they're legit or not. And I don't know how
No.
other countries do things. I don't know how Brazil does their stuff. In the US, I don't know. For what it's worth, if you even go get a pedicure, their license is on the wall. They literally have to display
Mm-hmm.
their license. You have to be able to see it when you walk in a legit operation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how that works on these excursions sometimes in other countries, but she probably assumed they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Well, and that's it, right? So like for me, take away the extreme sports packaging.
Mm,
That's what they were advertising,
mm,
right?
mm,
She paid people whose entire job,
mm,
supposedly,
mhm.
was to keep her as safe as they could while she did something dangerous.
Yes.
And they literally failed at doing the main thing.
Yes.
Like you have one job and you
Mm,
didn't do it. You
yes.
literally didn't do your one job.
Yes.
She literally paid you and then you chucked her off of a mountain and you didn't do the one thing that is
Mm.
the most important part of your work, of your job. Like that's insane.
Well, and I think too, when it comes to no one taking responsibility,
Yeah.
that duh. I mean, when I look at this, first of all, it's not something that you want to do.
Hmm.
But you and I talk all the time about being in leadership. We are responsible for the people to the extent that we're able
Yes.
to.
Yes.
That's what a business is, particularly
Yes.
a business providing a service that has an impact on a person.
Yep.
There has to be like a line of responsibility.
Yep.
There's just nothing there. And so it
Yep.
makes sense to me that they didn't have a clear process
Hmm.
because they didn't have a clear structure,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and they weren't even licensed. They weren't even a legitimate business.
Mm,
That's the other scary thing is like they just were willy-nilly doing these things. And I'm
mm.
not saying a legit business maybe would have taken more precautions, but I believe it would have.
Yep.
I believe it would have.
Well, and one of the things that I just read is, in the US, even if you are a very light, petite person, which this person was,
Hmm.
you would have a minimum of 3 bungee cords attached to you.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum.
Hmm.
So when you look at this, it is really unthinkable because I'm looking at it again, the picture of it again,
I know it's crazy.
and there's 3 of them, like you said right there. To even have one is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only 1 or 2 cords visible on the ground. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
it's just unthinkable.
Mm-hmm.
It's unthinkable. There was no
Mm-hmm.
process. There was no process. And even the legit part, this is what's interesting to me. Even if they did their process correctly, it likely was not adequate in the sense that people could have been seriously hurt
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
even if they had attached the rope, you
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I did read
Yeah.
one other interesting thing though.
What?
In the US, they have like typical guidelines. There's no universal regulator for bungee jumping, even in the US.
Oh gosh.
It comes down to individual operators' commitment to safety. Thoughts?
That's wild.
It feels very weird to me that
Yeah.
it's so highly regulated and you can be up here just putting ropes and harnesses on people and not be regulated.
No, that's
That
insane.
feels weird.
Ugh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Crazy.
So
Crazy.
if you're if you're depending on reviews, you can't see regulations. You're just reading survivors' accounts. Like if you really think
Oh
about
my
it,
God, for
you're
real.
you're not actually looking at like training, equipment. It's just like, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
That's scary. I mean, things can feel safe and you can hear people doing checks, but like there's not a universal kind of standard or regulation,
Yeah.
even in the US.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I
Well,
also read the other day, there's been like a rash of these because did you hear about the I think it was Ukrainian Spider-Man? Did you hear about this?
mm-mm.
He is intense. Look him up later. He passed away. He fell, but he would do these wild jumps, crazy stuff. I mean, hanging off a rock face on a cliff like Spider-Man. And he's like a gifted climber, but he fell. And then there was a slack, oh, what's it called? Not slack lining. What's the name of it? You know what I'm talking about?
Repelling.
No. It's the thing where they walk on the line and they'll like bounce and you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, slackline.
It is slacklining, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a pretty famous slackliner also who passed away in the last couple of weeks. So it's bringing a lot of scrutiny to all of this.
Yeah. That's wild. That's such a wild case.
Look up Ukrainian Spider-Man though, for
I
real.
did, and it's like not showing me too much.
Okay, Spider-Man of Yemen. It's not Ukraine. Spider-Man of Yemen fell while climbing in a volcanic crater. He
Yeah.
fell into a volcanic crater, and you have to see this because it is. He lost his grip and fell almost 400 feet into the crater.
That's so
But
scary.
he was videoing, and the whole shtick was without safety equipment, which didn't they? And they just had that Netflix um event where the guy free
Oh,
climbed the
the
skyscraper,
building.
the building.
Yeah, Alex Honnold.
I mean,
I love him.
he
Also, he's
lived.
insane.
He lived, but like
Well, yeah, he lived and he got
this
to the
is the
top
stuff
and
that
they
it's just
helicoptered
tough.
and got him.
I know.
Okay, so he fell, but it looks like in this thing there's like a box.
No, that's for like the camera.
Oh.
Hmm. But if you look at the actual crater and him hanging off of it, they don't show him falling, but they show him in different terrain hanging on by like he'll have one arm
Oh,
over like a crater.
that's insane.
And I think
So
too,
he was just a free climber.
just a free climber, but he would do really radical climbs. And I'm trying to find this one picture because it's
This is like just, I mean, people like, yeah, him hanging on by one
oh,
arm.
and then there's the couple. Have you seen it's like sky dancing. I forget what it's called. It was on Netflix, but it's a couple, and I can't remember what country they were in, but they would climb things to get free climb together and take these crazy pictures in all these different positions and places and whatever. And I think with social media, people are just going to keep up in the ante on this as long as they can, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Because that's kind of one of the things is like you started the episode by talking about what is something that, you
Mm-hmm.
know, people do that you don't understand or
Mm-hmm.
can't get with. The whole social media traveling post.
Yeah.
That's some of what's going on with these things. Is you go do something crazy,
Yeah.
you get your pictures, post them.
Yeah. The thing with Alex Honnold is he has denied really big climbs before just because he like doesn't like he'll go and he's like, yeah, I'm not
He doesn't
feeling.
get a good feeling. Yeah.
And he really listens to every single gut feeling he gets.
Yeah. Well, I think you kind of have to.
Like he's not someone who's, I mean, I think, they profit obviously from his extreme sport because he's sponsored and all that, but he's
Mhm.
not necessarily the type of person who is looking for the like Instagram fame.
Mm-mm.
At least Alex Honnold isn't, in my opinion.
Well, I think every single thing he does could kill him, but
Yeah.
you're right that and maybe here's the
But
really,
this passion started before him trying to, him becoming famous.
well, you know what the really sad thing is about a lot of this is it takes so much time and effort
Mm-hmm.
to get known for these things. And so then they keep up in the ante. And then once you hit a certain level, then you can be like, oh, I'm not sure about that, but
Mm-hmm.
when you're getting there, I think you probably feel a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching a thing about a surfer. They were surfing 40-foot waves in Hawaii, which have you ever seen the waves in Portugal?
Mm-hmm.
And they're huge. They're
Mm-hmm.
incredible. I mean, it would be such a cool thing to see, but people surf them. Well, in Hawaii, what I read is 40 feet is like 80. Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
nuts because of the way that the ocean is and how fast the water rolls over. Crazy. And I was watching this
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, you just have to be made of something different to want to go do that.
Yeah. No,
You
it's
know?
wild. Yeah, it's wild.
Like it's so scary, but
Yeah.
I am so sad that this lovely woman who was obviously loved by her friends and her family
Mm-hmm. passed
passed away in this way. And I'm glad that they're
Mm-hmm.
holding these men accountable
Yeah.
for being involved in this. It just was completely unnecessary. And
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah. It's such a tragedy,
And it's just a good reminder, I think, probably to all of us, like, trust your instincts, but also, you know, some things are not necessary. You do not have to risk your life to get a
No.
good video or whatever. And
No.
if it doesn't feel right, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But you know me, I'll take my car everywhere. I don't know. If I don't feel good about a lunch, I'll go home. Like, I don't, you know me. You're always like, you're going to do it, right? You're actually going to do the thing.
Right.
I can rally usually, but also sometimes I just take myself home. If I
Mm-hmm.
just I don't even have to have a bad feeling. If I'm just not into it, I will go home,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know? Well, thanks for the case, Nat. I appreciate it. This is a good reminder to be safe and
Yeah.
keep us posted too as we get updates because we're going to have updates, I'm sure,
Yeah.
as they dig into this, but
Yeah.
they're not going to find much because they're not going to have records. You know what I mean? This just feels like a cash insane operation to me.
I know. I hope they all get arrested though.
I do too. I hope they're held accountable, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know what accountability looks like in this case, though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
but you had mentioned something about they might have been intentional. Did you find
Yeah.
more about that?
That's the hard thing with social media is I don't know what's true and what's not true. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna like dive into that because I'm not sure.
I haven't seen anything about a connection they have
Mm-hmm.
to her or anything like that yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an intentional thing to her.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was just like some things that I saw that they've already like that they're not they kind of operate in a reckless type of manner.
Mm. Like
Hmm.
maybe they've been in trouble before or
Yeah,
something
and
like
have done
that.
like crazy stuff or something
Mm.
like that. So we'll see. To be
We'll see.
continued.
To be continued. Well, thanks, forensic friends. We will see you next time. As always,
Bye, forensic friends.
I'm Janine.
And I'm Nat.
And as always, thanks for listening and join us next week for more crime, psychology, and heart.